So Square One Module 8 is now live. It went live last night, and Module 8 is all about how exercise and rest activate healing in the body. And I'm deep diving in this one. So we talk about the best exercise for your immune system, the best types of exercise in general, the worst types of exercise, how much exercise you need, and how much is too much. Because there's a delicate balance with exercise that when you're doing it right and you're getting enough, you're promoting health and healing in your body, because movement is life. But when you over-exercise, you're actually creating too much stress on the body, right? And that can interfere with the healing process and keep you in a constant state of immunosuppression and inflammation. So you don't want that. So I cover all that in the module that's airing right now. There's a link in this, above my head or below or whatever, to go watch it. So it's free online until tonight at 9 p.m. And then we also talk about rest and how to get the appropriate amount of healing, rest, and sleep. So I think you guys are really going to love this module. There's so much practical stuff in there. I mean, it's just really good. So anyway, that is happening. And then tonight, starting at 9 o'clock, as soon as Module 8 finishes, Module 9 will start. And Module 9 is all about supplementation. And I get asked about supplements, all the time. Like, everybody takes supplements. Everybody wants to know what to take, what I take. And so I'm going to walk you through all of the supplements that I have not only taken, that I took when I was trying to heal cancer, but also the things I've discovered since then that I take now for prevention. And so you're going to love it. I mean, because it's just a list, right, of supplements and the science behind them, how much to take, why you might want to take them, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be in tonight's module, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, and it'll stay online for 24 hours. And of course, tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, p.m., yes, is the last module, Module 10, and that's all about testing and how to monitor your progress. So this is a very cancer patient-specific module, Module 10, right? Because the average person that's into prevention is probably not going to be, they're not going to be wanting to get cancer tests, right? But this is to really serve the cancer community with just, you understand, all the tests, not every test on earth, but the most important tests that are available to you, so you understand which ones can help you. There are tests that can tell you whether or not you need chemo. There are tests that will tell you whether or not the chemo they want to give you will even be effective against your type of cancer. And then there are non-invasive tests you can use to monitor your progress. So anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. That starts tomorrow night. But today's exercise and rest. Tonight is supplementation. Don't miss that one, because you're going to be, get your notepad ready, because you're going to be writing down, scribbling down a lot of supplements, where to get them. But I also, I don't want to overload you. And so I'm very conscientious about the fact that supplements can be expensive, right? I mean, if you're taking a bunch of stuff, it can add up. And, the most important anti-cancer supplement's vitamin D3, which fortunately is one of the least expensive supplements. So that's great. And I'll talk about that tonight, but it can add up. And so I've actually, even though the list is fairly comprehensive, I've pared it down to what I feel like are the essentials, because again, you can spend a lot of money on supplements, right? And the other key thing with supplements is you got to get the diet right, because supplements can help. They can add a little bit more firepower to what you're doing, but if you're still eating junk food and fast food and Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, KFC, don't even take supplements. They're not going to help you, right? It's not enough to make a difference, right? Your diet is the foundation, and supplements can build on that, right? And add a little extra to what you're doing right. So, and there are key anti-cancer compounds in nature, in certain spices and herbs and things like that, that you wouldn't necessarily get in your diet, right, in a normal diet. So those are things I like to take in supplement form, because I know they're not part of my daily diet. So anyway, I'm going to cover all that tonight. So I really hope you guys tune in. I did it. I said, you guys, I'm trying to break that habit. Really hope you wonderful, sweet people tune in and watch tonight. And what else should I talk about? Let me look at the comments and see what's going on. Thanks for all the hearts and, stuff like that. I like those. And the thumbs up. Okay, so hi, Debbie. Thank you so much. Debbie, I appreciate the marriage proposal the other day, but, I'm already taken. I did see that comment. Let's see. I can't see any comments. Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry. Nosh said, my favorite was the stress module. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too, for sure. Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad. Okay, Shannon's looking forward to it. Yep, it's coming tonight. Well, today, obviously. Watch the exercise one today. It's up for, what time is it? So it's 11:30, so it'll be up for another 9.5 hours. So hopefully most of you watching can make 45 minutes, carve out 45 minutes to watch the exercise and rest module before supplementation starts. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just scrolling here, looking at comments and see if there's any little questions in here. Thank you so much for everybody for the sweet love. It's crazy how, if you don't even know who I am or you haven't seen this or any of the Square One modules or anything, if you go to the watch page, you click this link and look at the Facebook comments on the watch page, it's unbelievable. There's, I don't even know, 2,000 or maybe 2,500 now comments, just raving comments about the program, about all the modules that I've aired so far. And it's just, that makes it all worthwhile to me because I know that you love it, you know what I mean? So if everybody was like, this is terrible, then I would probably, turn it off and go crawl in a hole. But clearly I did something right because again, the feedback's just been such a thrill, and that's why I do it. I do it because I don't feel good about myself unless someone's telling me I did a good job. No, I'm just kidding. I do it to serve you, and when you tell me you loved it, then I know I am serving you. Okay, so anyway, man, the sun just got bright. Did you see that? Okay, I'm looking. If you have any questions, post them. I'll hang out for a few minutes. Then I got to jump on and make another video real quick. But Kristen says, this is my second time going through it. I'm getting all new stuff. Yeah, I hear you. It is jam-packed. The Square One modules are jam-packed with information. There's no way you could absorb it. it's taken me 13 years to absorb this stuff, And so, yeah, there's no way you could absorb it all in one viewing. So, of course, I want to encourage people to buy it to own, to own forever. And it's 50% off right now until February 28th. So we have a big discount on it because we're going to take all the orders and print all the DVDs and transcript books and the guidebook all at the same time in one big batch. And that saves a lot of money, and we sell it at a super discount for people that buy it before the 28th. So time's ticking here. That's next Monday or Tuesday, I think. Anyway. Let's see. Gail said she loved the exercise modules. Great. Somebody watched it. That's terrific. One person watched it. Love it. Can't wait for the next one. I know so much of, let's see. She said, I know so much of what you're saying already, but it was overwhelming. Oh, it doesn't let me read the rest of your comment. That's lame. I'm hoping the rest of your comment said that I made it simpler and easier for you. I'm just not sure. It just doesn't. It only shows me like the first 2 or 3 lines. Okay. Stacy said, "Do I add anything to my carrot juice?" Yeah. So depends. Like some days just straight carrot juice, but I love to do carrot with celery, beet, apple, like green apple, lemon, ginger, garlic, turmeric. That's sort of like my go-to juice formula. Did I say beet? So carrot, apple, beet, celery, lemon, garlic, ginger, turmeric. So that's like perfect for me. That's what I love. I love to just throw a bunch of stuff in there, really amp up the nutrition and the anti-cancer firepower. So yeah, but straight carrot juice is awesome. You get 45,000 international units of vitamin A in like 8 ounces of carrot juice. Carrot juice is really great by itself. Carrots are great. Like we don't eat enough carrots. We don't eat enough beets. We don't eat enough root vegetables in our diet. So just even if you don't even juice, like eat carrots. A lot of carrots and beets. Okay. Okay. Becky says put it on Netflix. Yeah, I wish it was that easy. Just upload it to Netflix. But yeah, I'd be open to that for sure. But I'm not. Who knows? We'll see. Worth looking into. Okay. Oh, Gail said the rest of her comments said it made it easier and doable. Great. That is the entire goal of the course, is to take complicated things and make them simple and easy to do, right? And, you know, it's hard to change your whole life. And so I'm giving you the tools in the Square One program to do that, and the resources, the information, the inspiration, and the steps, the action plan, without it just feeling like an overwhelming, like I can't do this. Because the truth is, anybody can do what I did. I'm not special. You know, I just am a regular dude, and I was faced with a really difficult situation in my life, and I just decided I had to win. You know, I had to live, I had to survive, I had to get well, and it wasn't going to let anything get in my way. So, taking all that, put it in Square One for you. Okay. Let's see. A couple other comments. I'm scrolling. How much juice do I drink now that I'm well? On average, I drink about 16 ounces a day. And say that's about what I drink now. So, you know, and it's usually at one time. You know, like just make a 16-ounce juice or pick one up fresh at, you know, a juice bar, Whole Foods or whatever. And so, yeah, about 16 ounces a day. Some days I miss, but most days I have one. Sometimes it's a green juice. So if I'm going to Whole Foods, I'll usually get like a green juice because a lot of juicers don't do very well making green juice. You just waste a lot of greens. But the big like commercial juicers that Whole Foods uses do better. So like I'll get, yeah, I'll just get one of their green. They have a couple different blends up there that I'll get. Okay. So here's a good question. So Debbie says, are you concerned that Bosmeric is not liposomal for absorbing turmeric? I'm thinking about people reading that are they're thinking, what did he just say? Like, what in the world am I talking about? No, not at all. Not at all. Because Bosmeric is a form of turmeric. It's a turmeric supplement. I'll talk about it tonight. But it has turmeric, boswellia, which is frankincense, ginger, and black pepper. And the form of curcumin they use in there is C3 complex, which has been studied in 45 human clinical trials. Like, it works. It's absorbable. It's the only form of curcumin that has been studied in 45 human clinical trials. All the other products on the market, none of them can touch curcumin C3 complex, which is in Bosmeric. So, yeah. So it's the only one that has all the clinical trials behind it. And everyone else that says, you know, turmeric's great, blah, 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 and curcumin, take our curcumin. They're all saying, they're all using research that was done on C3 complex, not on their own product, right? So, yeah. Anyway, but I'll talk about that more tonight. But yeah, Bosmeric's a great product for sure. I love it. That was formulated by Dr. Sunil Pai, MD. Some of you know him from the Truth About Cancer series. Okay. Have I thought of people doing this in home support groups that can show these models? Yeah, there are home support groups that it's called Healing Strong, healingstrong.org, and they have a healing cancer support group model. They created this wonderful home support group model. I'm friends with them, and we're close, and they love the Square One program and recommend it. So yeah, it already exists. I don't have to create it. It's called Healing Strong. And so those support groups are popping up all over the country and all over the world now. And if you're interested in starting a support group or finding one, then you can, just go to healingstrong.org and learn more and contact them and tell them you're interested, and you can get a leader's kit. And it has, they've developed this whole curriculum and everything for hosting support groups if you want to be a leader and meet people in your community and help them. So, they're doing awesome stuff. Okay, Melissa said, is it okay to make a large batch of juice at once so I have a couple days supply? Yes, that is okay. Juice actually stays fresh for several days. They've done studies where they make some juice and then they test the enzyme activity for several days, and it stays very high. So don't let people tell you you have to drink it immediately or it goes bad. It's just not true. It doesn't just all of a sudden turn into like something that has no value. Okay, so is fresh best? Probably, but it's a marginal difference between fresh and like a day old. So, just the main thing that I try to, and I got hung up on this kind of stuff in the beginning, is I got hung up on this sort of perfectionistic approach where everything had to be perfect, and and it caused me a lot of stress and anxiety. And then I just realized, you know what? I've just got to do what I can do. Like, I've just got to make this work. It's a huge life change. What I'm doing is going to have a big impact. I know it. I believe it. And I've just got to, I can't worry about all the little rules that people are trying to give me about being healthy. And I just have to take the large principles, right, and make them work for me in my life. So, like, I made a huge batch every morning for the entire day. That's the way I did it. So I made about 64 ounces every morning, drank it throughout the day, and that was my routine. But, if you need to make a 2-day batch at a time, or even a 3-day, that might be pushing it a little, but it's okay. Like, if that's what you need to do to make it work, then do it, So that's my pep talk for you. This is a phrase that I don't know if I stole from somebody or if I made up or whatever. I hope maybe I'll get a quote for it and I'll be famous for it, but someone else probably already said it. Don't let the little things get in the way of the big things, right? Don't let the little things paralyze you into inaction, right? Because you're not sure, like, if you can eat this or that, if you can combine these two vegetables together, or, if juice is okay. I'm not sure if I can make a big batch, so I'm not going to make it at all. I'm not saying you're doing that, but, this is a mindset that people can get in sometimes. So don't let the little things get in the way of the big things. Okay. Fiona says, loving the modules, thank you. Do you eat any meat or fish ever these days? So I talk about this a lot in the Anti-Cancer Diet Module 2 about, it's hard to summarize it, but the point is the healthiest, longest living populations around the world, we know this from scientific research, okay, in the last 60 plus years, eat a diet that's 95% plant-based on average. So there are no pure vegan populations around the world, and we're talking about indigenous people, right? So there's no pure vegans, but most of them, it doesn't even, pick a continent, right? On every continent, the longest living, healthiest people eat diets that are 95% plant-based. So we know that, what we don't know is the little bit of meat and dairy they're eating helpful, or is it just not enough to do any harm? No one can answer that. Everybody has opinions, but we really can't say for sure what the answer to that is. So, but we do know it's 95% plant-based. So that's the diet that I follow, that I imitate, except mine's really 98 to 99% plant-based. So occasionally, yes, I'll have a serving of maybe fish or a serving of some kind of animal protein. But like, so what is it? We're almost at the end of February, and I've had fish. I'm thinking about this. I've had 3 times. Yeah, so 3 servings of animal protein in probably about 3 months. So it's just very, very rarely wild-caught salmon. It's just, it's a tiny little fraction. Every once in a while, I kind of feel a little craving for it, like maybe I need some, because I've broken the addiction to it. And so when I feel that little craving, like, I feel like I need a little bit of, fish or something, or a little animal protein, then I'll have some. But it's just this tiny little sliver of my diet. Okay. Same with dairy. Dairy is very infrequent, and I might have eggs like once a month, so it's very, very little. Okay. Can you come to Toronto? I'd love to come to Toronto, but I don't like to travel without my family, so that's why I don't travel much. Okay. Do I take chlorella every day? I took it every day in 2004 and really probably most of 2005. So I took tons of chlorella. Funny story, there was I learned about chlorella and I was like, wow, this seems like an amazing food. Maybe this can help me. I want to take it too. And a buddy of mine several friends of mine worked for the salvage company, and they would do insurance salvage. You're thinking, what is this story about? But listen, just stay with me. So they would get these anytime a company or a store had an insurance claim, like a semi truck full of their products turned over, or they had a fire or a flood in their store or their warehouse, they would make an insurance claim. Then the insurance company takes all that inventory and then sells it really cheap to these companies that then resell it. So anyway, a couple of buddies of mine worked for a company like this, and there was a health food store that had some kind of insurance claim. I don't know if it was a fire or a flood or whatever, but they got this huge shipment of supplements. It was like a whole health food store, like a vitamin shop worth of supplements, and to their warehouse, and I just went nuts. I mean, I bought so much stuff, and it was so cheap. I mean, it was literally like a miracle in my life during cancer that all these supplements just, just appeared and basically fell in my lap, and I got probably thousands of dollars worth of supplements for a few $100s. So, but anyway, sun chlorella was in there. So I probably bought like 10 or 15 boxes of sun chlorella at the time, and I was taking like tons of it. So anyway, but since Fukushima, I actually have gotten away from chlorella if it's from Japan. I don't take it every day now. I don't have any problem with it, but I would avoid Japanese chlorella for sure. Okay. What about store shelf bought organic cold pressed juices? Yeah, I buy those. I think juicing fresh at home is best, but in a pinch, if I'm traveling, or if, after the gym or something, if I drop into Whole Foods and grab one, sure. I do that, regularly. Let's see. Hey, Cindy, yeah, this will be live on my page as soon as I'm done. Okay. Yeah, Melissa, you can share the quote. You just got to give me credit. All right. Is there one specific food we should make a point to eat every day? Oh, that's a tough one. If you're eating a variety of fruits and vegetables every day, you're doing it right. Because there isn't really one food that's going to make a difference. It's the whole, it's like what you're eating 98% of the time that's going to make the difference. So yeah, I mean, just as many fruits and vegetables as you can jam in there every day is great. I mean, you will derive maximum benefit from that strategy versus just like the one. A lot of people want to hype up a superfood, like usually because they're trying to sell you a supplement, right? Like, this superfood will change your life. Buy my supplement. But the truth is, like, it won't. Like, one superfood won't change your life. It just won't. Changing your diet will change your life. Like, that will make a huge difference with no supplements. So, that's my opinion. Another question about that, but I just answered it. Okay. Becky had some questions about organic amla pills versus, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't done research on like which amla brand is the best or why. I mean, you'd really have to spend a lot of time, like, where do they source it? Where is it grown? Like, So I can't say. I really don't know what the best ones are. If it says USDA or DA organic, then I'm hoping that it is, going to be, that's like sort of like the stamp that you hope you can trust. But bottom line is, yeah, you do have to extend trust out to supplement producers and food producers, unless you're going to grow all your own food, and I'm not going to do that. Like, I have a tower garden, and I do grow a bunch of stuff, but it's not enough to, we shop at Costco, buy a bunch of organic stuff there. We buy organic food at Kroger and Whole Foods. Anywhere they sell organic food, we'll buy it. And yeah, I just trust that it's clean, non-toxic, not polluted. Okay. All right. Do I still use pH fresh green? Yeah, fresh greens, absolutely, love it. I use Boku Superfood, fresh greens, Garden of Life Perfect Food's another one. Sun Warrior Ormus greens is great. There's just a bunch of really good organic greens powders, and I just like to rotate. I like them all, and I just kind of rotate between them. I don't talk about that tonight in the supplementation module. Okay. Hey, Jordan, I can't read your whole comment, but I can see that you said you have some digestive issues. Yeah, the thing is, if you have digestive issues, the best foods for your digestive system are fruit, because it's easy to digest, and it's got lots of fiber, and starches. So, you know, rice, beans, potatoes are wonderful for your digestive system, okay? Even whole grains. But the salad, it may or may not, I mean, definitely go for the salad, but it may or may not agree with you if you're having digestive issues. But fruits and starchy vegetables, cooked starchy vegetables, will definitely, you know, maybe not the first day, right? Because it takes about 2 weeks for your digestive system to heal once you make a radical diet change. So you got to give it time. Like your intestinal bacteria is going to change dramatically based on what you eat. So if you eat a lot of meat and dairy, you're going to have meat and dairy digesting bacteria, and it's kind of like toxic bad bacteria. But if you eat tons of fruit and vegetables, especially the starchy vegetables that have tons of fiber, that's also known as prebiotics, they promote the growth and feed good bacteria and reduce inflammation in the gut. So that's the diet. You know, if someone's like really had serious Crohn's disease or colitis or some serious digestive issues, you want to get back on the diet that they're eating in rural Africa, which is a starch-based diet. And there's a great book by Dr. John McDougall, The Starch Solution, which is all about eating it's a plant-based. Sorry, I almost lost you guys. The Starch Solution by John McDougall is about eating a starch-based, plant-based diet. So highly recommend that for anyone that has digestive problems because, yeah. So Sarah says, do I think wheat's harmful to your digestive tract? No, I don't think so. Organic wheat, I don't think is harmful, right? Whole grains. Our ancestors thrived on whole grains for thousands of years. That's the reason you're alive, because whole grains kept your ancestors alive. So the problem with wheat now is commercial wheat is sprayed with pesticides and glyphosate, and that's the toxic stuff. That's what's destroying your digestive system. That's what's wrecking your health. It's glyphosate sprayed on conventional produce and sprayed on grains to dry them out before they harvest. So I think most people, it's not the wheat that's the problem. It's the pesticides, fungicides, and other chemicals they're spraying on wheat. I don't even think, you know, Jerry said hybridized. I've read Wheat Belly. I understand what people are saying, but even the hybridized wheat, I don't think is the issue. I don't think gluten's your enemy. I think the issue is really the pesticides, fungicides, and fertilizers they're spraying on wheat. So, but for some people, yes, some people might have a gluten sensitivity. Some people might have a wheat allergy. And, you know, wheat is not an essential food to life. So you can never eat wheat again and you'll be fine. So, like, I don't eat much wheat myself. So I'm not like, you got to eat it. I do eat oats every day. I eat oatmeal every morning for breakfast. So, but that's gluten-free grain for what that's worth. Okay. Okay. What about honey? Yeah, I think honey's great. Honey is an antibacterial. I mean, it's a miraculous food from nature. So is royal jelly and propolis. So the bees produce an amazing thing, you know, for us. So yeah, I have honey in small amounts. Like sometimes I'll put a royal jelly or honey in oatmeal. Yeah, so a little bit. I don't see any problem with it at all. Okay. 100 people have reacted to this video so far. Oh, my wife's home.
Hello.
So, oh no, she's caught me live on Facebook. All right. Anyway, because my wife's home, I'm going to jump off. So, see you guys. So stop watching me here and go watch the exercise and rest module. Right now, the link's right above my head or below it or whatever. And then tonight at 9 p.m., watch the supplementation module. It will be good. You will love it. See you later.